You are listening to Loud on the Set with Kyle and James.
A level-headed movie critic meets a loudmouth movie cynic.
And action!
Welcome to Sign Language Made Easy, a subsidiary of Loud on the Set. My name is Clint Bivens, and with me today is Chester Palms. Chester Palms, internationally renowned hand model for Casio's watches. Chester, welcome to Sign Language Made Easy, the podcast.
Thank you so much. You know, usually I do television, so this is interesting for me. I didn't even have to put on the cream.
Oh, excellent!
It's nice.
Thank you for coming to Sign Language Made Easy.
Absolutely.
And let's just get started. This is episode 1, or class 1, as I like to say, our first class in sign language. And like many language learning enterprises or efforts, we're going to jump right into the alphabet, Chester.
Okay. Well, I feel like I'm kind of prepared for this. I've been using my hands for a long time, and sign language is something that I've always wanted to learn. So I'm pretty excited about this.
And as I've learned over time, the world of podcasting is a rich world and a terrific medium from which to acquire new languages. So why not sign language, Chester? Let's do it, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, we're going to start with the letter A. All you folks listening at home, please feel free to follow along with the sign language, instructions. Here we go. The letter A. We're going to hold up our right hand, Chester.
Okay, right hand.
And we're going to curl our 4 fingers, not the thumb, over towards the wrist.
Okay, like this?
A little stiffer. Can you make your fingers a little bit stiffer?
Stiffer, like a tighter fist or a curl?
A little. I want to see a little bit more metatarsal.
More metatarsal?
The very tips of your fingers.
Okay.
Okay, now I can see all 4 of your fingernails. Very good.
Okay.
And now we simply lay the thumb on what would be my right side or the outside of the index finger. Just like so.
Really, the only place my thumb can go, right? Just lay it right here?
Exactly. Oh, not so high. A little bit further down. Okay. You don't want the thumb peeking too high above that plateau of your fingers, right?
Okay. So it feels like a pretty natural fist.
Except notice, Chester, the thumb is not curling over the fingers.
Okay.
It's laying right next to that captain, that index finger.
Okay.
Hold it straight up.
There it is, like this.
There's the letter A.
All right.
Okay, let's start fresh. Start again. Shake it out.
Hey, ooh, yeah.
Hear it. Sign language made easy. We shake it out.
Shake it out. Are there any good exercises or anything for this?
I'll do that in class 2.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Are you ready for the second letter?
Yes. That's going to be B, right?
Chester, you're a natural. Here we go. Time for the letter B. Right hand up.
Okay.
Again, listeners following at home, you can do this. And I want all 4 of your fingers extended high to the sky.
Okay, like that.
Pinch them all together.
Pinch.
I want a tight seal.
Okay.
Take that thumb, lay it across your palm so that the tip of your thumb rests just underneath your ring finger.
Okay, like this.
Let me see.
So it's kind of like you're waving, but your thumb's just in front of your palm, right?
I'll take care of the instruction.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But thank you, Chester. I appreciate it. Looking good. Move your thumb, scoot it a little bit back towards the ring finger, a centimeter, not such a centimeter, maybe a millimeter, and perfect.
Okay, so it really matters then where your fingers are placed when you do this? It's not just kind of the general look?
This is sign language made easy.
Okay.
Excellent. Here we go. That's B.
Okay, that's a B.
We're going to move on to the letter, Chester?
That would be C. Clint?
Correct! Let's go with the right hand again.
Okay.
For you lefties, by the way, all these instructions would have to be in reverse, if you can imagine that.
Yeah, just...
On the additional features, I'll add that.
Oh,
For
okay.
I'll add left-hand instruction to the bonus features of this podcast. Premium members, you can get that content for $5.95 a month.
Oh, they can't just do what we're saying with their left hands. It seems like sign language made easy. That's pretty easy, right?
Premium podcast, available starting tomorrow. Let's move on.
Okay.
Letter C, right hand up.
And
You may think that this is as simple, Mr. Palms, as making the letter C.
It really looks just like you're holding out a C there.
Focus on the alignment of the four fingers, the non-thumbs.
So
notice how the... Go ahead. Do you have a question?
If I held like this, if I just put a C up here like this...
Not enough.
And was speaking to somebody in sign language, they wouldn't know what I was talking about.
Not enough.
This is different than something else?
I'll have to get to that in lesson 10 when we talk about syntax.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm at the position, I've got my hand out.
The pinky finger is lowest in the C.
Okay, kind of
followed by the
like
ring finger. I like to think of it as making like a little staircase of the fingers in the form of a C.
I think arguably
you have too much space right there.
Looks less like a C than just putting them all together and just kind of curling it like a C, right?
Let's go to letter D.
Okay. I got it. A, B, and C. I'm on a roll.
You could spell the word cab.
Yep.
We won't get to word building today.
Or abs. Oh, I guess ab.
Indeed.
Okay.
Letter D.
D it is.
Okay. Right hand up.
Okay.
Now, the index finger straight up in the air.
Yep.
The other three fingers curled towards the palm. Not quite stiff, but not quite relaxed. And then the thumb comes in contact with the middle finger.
So you might say I'm just pointing directly up with my index finger, right?
It's not that simple.
But it's easy.
Perhaps.
Sign language made easy. That's what we're doing here today, right?
I tell you what. We're going to pause for some station identification and to take a word from our sponsors. How about that, Chester?
Yeah, it's like you just take the C and you just touch your fingers and point straight up with that index finger. That looks just like your picture right there. That's a D.
Okay, our sponsors this week for class number 1 of Sign Language Made Easy.
Who would sponsor this?
Excuse me?
Nothing. Sorry.
We're still looking for sponsors for Sign Language Made Easy, a subsidiary of Loud on the Set with Kyle and James. Plenty of sponsorship opportunities for all of you mattress salespeople and food delivery service apps. Great opportunity.
I bet they have to use sign language a lot too, right?
A growing listenership.
Yeah.
And so please hop on board. Sponsorship opportunities.
You couldn't get... You look for sponsorship from like the International Sign Language Association or something like that. Talking about fast food and mattresses.
Okay. What we're going to do now, Mr. Chester Palms, let's move on to something a little... let's just try something different.
Okay.
For this next segment of Sign Language Made Easy, the podcast, episode number 1.
Yes.
And that
very easy so far, I might say. Very easy.
That's the goal.
Yeah. This is great. Great instruction so far.
Let's try numbers.
Okay.
Oh, where should we start with numbers just like the alphabet, Mr. Chester?
Wait, let me guess. Number 1.
Number 1.
All right.
All right.
So if I'm just going to take a guess. I bet for number 1, we probably put up one of our fingers. Is that right?
It is.
Wow, look at that.
Okay, let's go through the steps together. Right hand up.
The steps, yes.
Right hand up.
Step 1.
Index finger pointed to the sky.
Yep.
Other 3 fingers curled down towards the palm.
Yep.
Thumb completely enveloping the middle finger.
So
I see your thumb's a little your thumb's a little astray. It's over the ring finger.
Okay.
Move it.
But if you didn't know anything and I just held up one finger like this, what would you think that I was saying?
To tell you the truth, the location of that thumb is kind of throwing me off.
The location of the thumb is throwing you off from the one finger that I'm holding up right now.
Could be a D.
It does look a lot like a D, but even I can see the D is the open form, a la looking like a D, And the 1 is the closed fist and one finger up. You see that? Do you see how easy that difference is? Open is the D, closed up is the 1.
But well, I respectfully would like to remind you that
One finger up.
you're the guest, I'm the
1.
host, and I caution you because right now you're a little animated.
I mean, what if I held up a different finger? Would you get it then? How about that one? Is that
Okay.
one finger up like
Okay.
that? Fist is closed. How's the placement of the thumb on that one? Is that good? How's that? Is that in the right
Mr.
spot?
Chet is completely uncalled for.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you and our listeners. Sign language made easy. For example, look at the Z.
What's going on?
You were waving your hands around just now like a little bit of a crazy person. I didn't know if you were saying D, Z, 1, or quite frankly, using profanity.
I'd like to do number 2 now, please. Can we do 2 together? Please provide instructions on how to make a 2 in sign language.
Fine. Hand up.
Which hand? Right hand or left hand?
It's going to be the right hand
Okay.
because the left hand, like I said at the beginning of the show, is for our premium subscribers.
Right hand up.
I need the index finger and the finger that you showed me earlier in quite a rude fashion to be held up in a V formation.
Yeah, those fingers in a V formation. Got it.
Curl the other 2 fingers down towards the palm.
Yep.
And that thumb goes over the ring finger.
Yeah. So, make a peace sign, right? That would be something easy you could tell people.
But this is the number 2.
It's 2 fingers up, just like a peace sign. Right? That's something relatable people would know, and that would make the sign language part of this easier. Number 2, 2 fingers up in a V formation, just like a peace sign. Right? That's it, huh? You like that? That's good. Guess what you do for 3? Just take that thumb and stick it right out to the side. There you go. That's 3. Guess what 4 is? You'll never guess. 4 fingers
Cut his
up.
mic, please. Cut his mic.
There it is.
Can we cut his mic?
Wait, can you do 5? Do you know what 5 is? Look at 5. Thumb on out.
Cut.
5
Cut, please.
fingers
Cut.
out.
Cut.
All right.
I just want to make
Are we done? This
sign
is
language
ridiculous. I don't get paid enough by Casio watches to show up and do this. All right, well, I guess I'm going to finish out the show here. So, thanks to Clint Bivings, I suppose, for attempting to teach sign language easily on an audio-based medium. Surprise, surprise, no sponsors yet. Who knows if we'll see episode 2. And know that this is all something you can just look up on the internet. Yep, just look it up on the internet, Google Images. That's what he has pulled up on his laptop screen there. And that's what we're working with. So could have probably just used the webcam in the laptop to just talk everybody through this. But if you're enjoying Clint's instructions, please let him know. Send him an email. I'm sure that you can get it to him through loudontheset@gmail.com, since this is a subsidiary of whatever that is. Yeah, I guess I can go. That's cool. Okay. Don't get paid enough for this, so yeah. And if I say Casio watches 2 more times, I get $10,000. Okay. And Casio watches are really the best watches. They're definitely the most reliable. So if you're looking for a watch, look for Casio watches. Thank you all so much for listening to this subsidiary of Loud on the Set with Kyle and James. And I'm out. I'll see myself out, I suppose. All right, that's that. Thanks a lot, Clint.
And cut.